Right, 1632, good luck. So we've not played before, we have no head-to-head score. Let's throw in another Sicilian again, just for that bit of variety. Okay, 4,000 gains per point, that's very impressive. So we're going to take there, just going to develop the knight. The idea is if pawn down, it actually blunders the triangle there. So we get the triangle and win the pawn. Okay, let's take, that's a check. Bishop up, I think knight up's a move, I think bishop up's a move as well, just preparing the idea of castling quickly. Yeah, I'm just going to develop the bishop, threaten to take and double the pawns, but I'm really just trying to castle, that's what we're aiming for. Okay, so he's come down, doesn't that just blunder the bishop? It does. Yeah, the whole position is just collapsed, it's just basically over. Or it should be over anyway. I mean, amateur games are never actually over till they're over, of course, but I think we just bring the knight in there, threaten checkmate. We can still take the knight here. As I only play the Sicilian for that little bit of occasional variety. Mainly the Caro, of course. I think queen down might be a move here. Because obviously then, when we take, it breaks the pin. I can still take the knight first. Or just take the queen, knight takes, then knight takes, knight, everything wins. I think that might be the only move. A queen there. So here, that might be holding as well. It's simplest just to take and trade everything off. That's holding, isn't it? Check here. Yeah, we're up so much material, just trade it down now. Let's drop back. All we need to do is make sure that we castle. Rook across. Right, so now we've got our castling done. So now we need to get the bishop into the game. I think pawn up is a good start. Knight up. We'd like pawn up there, but we don't want to trap our bishop. So here now, if the knight moves off, we're threatening to win a pawn because of the pin. That's exactly what he's done. So let's take the pawn there. We're also covering the rook down, hitting the bishop. Knight back's a perfectly fine move here. Because we're up a lot of material, it doesn't matter if we break our pawn structure up quite so much. So I think we should probably do that. I don't see anything better. So I'm just going to drop the knight back and try and get a piece off the board. I've always got bishop up if needed, but see, I don't want to let the rook in too easily. Bishop up, rook takes. So we cost them up a lot. It's perfectly fine, I think, but pawn up should be good here. Obviously, you can't move the pawn or take, so we're going to then get another pawn. So let's take with the bishop. Again, I know he can go after this pawn here, but we're just going to hit the rook for now and develop. It doesn't matter if he plays bishop takes, it gets the bishop off the board. So let's develop now and activate the rook. Or we could again sack 2 pawns for 1 just to get our rook active and go after the king. Look up. We just have to be kind of, like I say, paying attention that we don't blunder something really, really sloppy. Because it does happen, it is possible. So pawn up's a good move. Let's see, rook across to hit, he doesn't do. So I'm going to take the opportunity to give my king a square, get off the back rank. Now there's no good discovery. Well, I was going to say no good discovery. There is actually now. The pawns collapse. So let's throw that check in, but we're just going after the pawns. Is there anything better here? I don't see it right now, but obviously there is a check threat this side. See, right now you've got squares to run to. Oh, my opponent did a tab switch there. Okay. Are we now suddenly in the mode of playing an engine? I mean, I'm up so much material. If I'd noticed that, if my opponent was doing that at the very start of the game, I would just stop playing. I just wouldn't play the game. But I'm up so much material here that it should be over anyway. Even against an engine, it should be over. It should be. Okay, if he takes, he just blunders a check. But I'm just keeping an eye on the internet connection. That's all I'm doing there. But what do we want to do? I think bishop up now. Threatening to take. Obviously, because I record the game, it's possible it could have happened earlier in the game and I didn't notice it, but I've only seen it that one time so far, so otherwise, like I say, if it had been early in the game, I would have just stopped playing. I think we just drop the bishop back here. Bishop back does allow this, but we're up a lot of material. What about simply up? No, I don't like that. I'm just going to run a pawn up the board. Okay, he's just resigned. I'll play back the video afterwards and then check if and when that happened again. So we'll just see the engine says we actually played it. But that was 33 moves. They're the move times for both players. It was just early mistakes, of course. We were completely winning then, so it was just an easy, straightforward game. So it doesn't matter what the figures are, but yeah, 99% versus 86%. The CPL is 10 versus 39. But like I say, it was just early mistakes gave us a lot of material, and it's just a case of avoiding bad blunders then. So we managed to do that very well. So I was just playing a bit of variety, but there's just that triangulation at the start, winning the pawn, and then he just played too quickly there. Well, it took 3 seconds, but you can see he forgot that the bishop was not being guarded. And then it's just a case of trading everything off and trying not to blunder anything, basically. So we win the pawn there. We're quite happy to trade there. It gets rid of an opponent's piece. Then we're getting another pawn there. And we're just trying to develop, get our pieces into the game. Make sure we don't blunder the back rank checkmate, which is why I've got the king up there. And then we managed to win some nice pawns. Like I say, it's just a case of avoiding anything silly there. So we managed to get a win, but I'll play that one back carefully, having noticed our opponent doing what looked to be a browser event there. So I'll play it back a bit more carefully now.